So are you looking to do some parties in August? And I think a lot of us are just wanting to kind of blow the roof off. You know what I'm saying? Do fantastic theme parties. Well, in today's video, I'm going to share you my famous tablescapes for August. Four this time. 4 tablescapes, and I cannot wait to show you. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. And you guys know I'm going to be 70 this year. I say it because if I can do it, you can do it too. And I want to thank my subscribers. I love all of you so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. You don't want to miss my upcoming fall, Halloween. It's going to be a riot, you guys, and Christmas videos. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell. All right, you guys, in today's video, I've done 4 different themes for you. The first theme is I'm just so enamored of Nantucket, the Hamptons, you know, going there on vacation and renting a little cottage with a white cottage with blue shutters and blue hydrangeas around it, and you know, a little bit of sand and a white picket fence, and then going to the beach and just leading that very carefree life. That's number 1. You can create it in your house, you can create it on your table. The next one I'm going to do is safari, and it's kind of a vintage safari where they're sitting around looking at old pictures. I have a traveler's notebook on the table too. I hand painted the tablecloth zebra. It's really good, and I've got some antique pieces on there too. Then we're going to go under the sea. Anyway, you don't want to miss it. If you love coastal or beachy, you'll love it. My last one is based on one of my obsessions, and that is King Tut, the ancient Egypt era. Now, if you don't like Egyptian stuff, do whatever you love. If you love the 1920s, do a Great Gatsby one with feathers and Art Deco stuff. And if you are into the old-fashioned cowboy era, do a cowboy one. You could do a Versailles table, whatever you really would like to travel back in time and experience for yourself, recreate it in a party. Why not? So without further ado, I'm going to show you my tables. Stay tuned and watch one, especially to the King Tut one. It is spectacular. I hope you love it. I hope you get inspired for one of your parties or dinner parties. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye. Welcome to my tablescapes for August. You know my theme is fantasy vacations. And the first fantasy vacation, and maybe not so much a fantasy, is to go to Nantucket during summertime. Nantucket reminds me of blue and white and sand tones. Let's take a look. I wanted to use my blue and white striped tablecloth to give it that real coastal beachy look. And let's look at the centerpiece. So my centerpiece, I brought out my buoy and that little wooden boat I've used before, and some of my shells and starfish. The starfish really pick up the woven mat. And then I brought out my blue hydrangeas because to me, I think of Nantucket like cottages with hydrangeas and the beach. So that's kind of what I think of when I think of Nantucket. Now that's my centerpiece, and it's all on a little footed tray in wood. Again, that beachy, rustic, weathered look. Now let's see how we tied in the actual table setting. You guys, I use that same mat. That mat is a perfect tone for the starfish. And I want to show you my entree plate. This is Dollar Tree's new dishes. They're navy blue and denim blue flowers. And I thought it was a little bit much for the table, but when I added this rustic kind of cream colored, sand colored melamine plate on top, it just toned it down. And I thought it picked up the blue in the centerpiece. And then I took one of my denim napkins with a little tortoise shell napkin ring there, put that through, and then I used my ivory, of course they're fake ivory, silverware. I thought it just brought another texture to the table and brought in that sand tone. Okay, you guys, let's go to Nantucket and stay in a little cottage with hydrangeas, and let's go to the beach. All right, stay tuned for my next tablescape. Bye. Here is my next tablescape for August, and I call this one Under the Sea. Who says you need a pop of color? Let's take a look at my centerpiece first. So I started out with this very textured seahorse I got at Hobby Lobby years ago. I anchored it with these two candlesticks that look like faux coral. I think they were blue. I painted them, and those were also from, I think they were from Home Goods. I then put in my two fake corals. By the way, everything's fake except for that little urchin there. Then I filled all of this in with this lacy, I think they're called sea fans. Well, it's actually plastic. I got them at Z Gallery. It was in a big bush and I just cut them apart. It's a plant that lives under the ocean. So it's not a real sea fan. But anyway, I just stuck them in there and look at the texture and it kind of blurs. It makes it look so realistic. And then to make it more realistic, I added my bubbles. You can see the bubbles right here that I have. These are actually Dollar Tree ornaments, Christmas ornaments that I got and just ripped off the hanger. And you can see how beautiful that looks. Let's see how I tie this in with my place setting. Well, I wanted that look of old weathered wood. And that's what this charger is from Hobby Lobby for $1.99. It looks like weathered wood. I took my entree and my salad plate that's very rustic looking. And all I did was add one of those sea fans on top of it. And then I placed my cream linen napkin and my tortoiseshell napkin ring, and I used my ivory. All right, you guys, I hope you love this one and stay tuned for my next tablescape. Welcome to my safari table. First of all, the tablecloth. This is regular canvas. Let me see if I can show you an edge here. Okay, that's what it looks like on the other side. And I took it and I painted it to look like zebra cloth. I'm going to be doing a DIY on this in my crafts for August. So let's take a look at the centerpiece. This is my monkey holding a basket. I've got it all filled with all different kinds of greenery you might find in Africa. He's sitting on like a weathered wood tray. I have my old, from early 1900s camera, old antique binoculars. So this is a traveler's notebook I had. You can see the pictures I took at Disneyland on the Jungle Cruise. I've interspersed across the table, kind of making it look like they just got done with their safari and they're looking at their pictures. And this is a traveler's notebook here. And oh, we have a praying mantis up here, a little wild frog. There's another frog. We have a lizard coming to join us and another praying mantis on the passport. And then I have my two battery operated lanterns on either side. Lots of greenery. All right, so that's my centerpiece. And then to tie it in, I took some of that greenery and of course I used my woven mat, my greenery mat, a black plate from Walmart. This is from Hobby Lobby, this leopard plate. I just got it. It was in the spring section, 50% off. And my linen napkin. And then this was a hand-carved rhino I had gotten at Disney World, and I just kind of put it in with my little display here and just put some greenery underneath them. And then off to the side here, I have an old pipe and an old ashtray. Like, you know, they're sitting down. So last night, looking at all the pictures from the safari. Anyway, I hope you guys like this. You can do a whole party on this theme. Wouldn't this make a fantastic buffet table? Oh, it'd be so good. All right, you guys, stay tuned for my next one. Welcome to my fourth and final tablescape in my series for August, Fantasy Vacations. You guys know I'm kind of obsessed with Egypt, ancient Egypt, and I have a lot of artifacts. So for my color scheme, I have that deep, rich blue, golds, a touch of turquoise, and kind of sand tones. Let's take a look at the centerpiece. So the centerpiece is in a black and gold urn. I have piles of grapes and peacock feathers and palm fronds and gold palm leaves. And then I have the scepter here, the curved one, and then this one that has the 3 points with a scarab stone on it. And I made those. On either side, we have the cats that are guarding the table in black and gold, and some incense burners, which they use quite frequently, and a little bit of glittery turquoise material. Now I pulled those colors into the actual table setting here. We start off with a gold glittery charger, and then I decoupaged some of this Egyptian symbols on there. Shows up better on this side for some reason. And then I used a black plate from Walmart and a Walmart $1 plate, and I decoupaged this scarab on a clear plate. Then I added the gold glittery paint, and I have a dark rich blue napkin. I used my ivory silverware. I thought it tied into these stone incense burners, and a black glasses. Very exotic, very regal, fit for a king. I hope I inspired you, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.